my powerful one. Hello. Of course, Lenka Lutonska here, creator of Business Energetics. And today I'm coming to you with rather vulnerable news, personal news, something that some people might argue I don't need to even share, but I'm going to. Not because it's something shameful, but because it's deeply human. And in a big part of me, I know you will actually benefit from hearing this, because whereas I'm going to share my unique experience, personal experience, you might be going through something similar, different but similar on some level. And it's very important how you deal with this, because it's everything to do with your leadership, manifestation, and everything else. So let's get to it. In a nutshell, I am currently going through the divorce. I'm currently going through separation with who I thought was love of my life for 20 years, with the 3 children and so forth. So yes, it's blinking, painful experience. And before I even continue, I want to say this. No, I'm not obliged to share with my entire community I'm going through divorce, through something personal. But I will tell you what. Last week, I was recording a video about deselection, which is a often inevitable phenomenon when it comes to meaningful manifestation, scaling up, impact, income, and essentially creating growth, meaningful growth in any way. And as I was talking about it and how to use deselection to accelerate your manifestations, I was realizing something inside of me. I'm going through the biggest deselection of my life, and I started to have a sense that I'm hiding it from my community, that almost a part of me wants to say, don't show anyone what's happening because you will be less worth it. And that is exactly why I'm sharing this. You see, only a few days ago, one of our dear Business Energetics Academy clients, a change maker of ours, shared something similar with me in completely different context. She recently let go of quote-unquote bad habit, and that brought up lots of stuff in her. And she said that, well, while I'll sort all this that's coming up in my personal life, I shouldn't really launch another program or do this or do that. And I thought, no, you're as worthy while the life is arranging itself around you, while you are having a heightened human experience, as you were yesterday, as you will be tomorrow, when the life will finish reorganizing around your new choices, and when you will have maybe alchemized those wounds that are open, and so forth and so forth. Do not make yourself unworthy. And you know what? It occurred to me that this is a very much shared experience. I, for a moment, went in there that because I'm currently going through the divorce, I'm not worthy of talking about business growth beyond limits and fulfillment beyond measure. I'm not worthy. I'm a fraud. That occurred to me for a moment, and that same thought occurs to many women and men around the world who are meant to, and you are meant to at any given moment, be a massive light to many, but we say to ourselves, I'm not worthy, I'm not ready yet, because life. And that's not true. This is why I decided to share with you, yes, I'm going through painful experience in my life right now. I'm going through separations, which sometimes I feel okay, sometimes I feel messy, sometimes I feel in pain, and that's okay. And that's okay. It doesn't make me any less worthy voice of business energetics, any less worthy mentor, coach, speaker, author, and so forth. And whatever you are going through in your personal life, whatever changes you are making, it doesn't make you any less worthy either. It makes you more. And also, the reason why I'm sharing this video is also this. Making aligned choices is sometimes the most difficult thing to do. You see, making this choice, of course, with mutual agreement with my husband, has been one of the most difficult choices of my life. But when it comes to path of alignment, we all know that it's path of alignment that holds the greatest possibilities in business, in life, in happiness, in relationships, in fulfillment, because that's what our soul wants, to take the path of alignment. But to talk about path of alignment and truly take path of alignment are two different things, you see. Sometimes taking path of alignment is nothing but easy. It's sometimes about making the hardest choices, because I will tell you what, for me it would be much easier to stay in this relationship, to continue this relationship. And you know, I remember in the past when I saw women sometimes sharing on social media, oh, your other half is not supporting you, just bye Felicia, just let him go, he doesn't deserve you. And sometimes I thought, no, don't rush. Love is worth fighting for. So separation from a loved one should be the last resource. I agree, I still agree with that. But at the same time, I realized that I cannot teach growth beyond logic and fulfillment beyond measure if I'm asking myself and my partner to settle for each other, knowing that we simply evolved in different ways. It doesn't mean I'm better than him or he is better than me. We evolved in different ways. And that's sometimes what happens in a life. So for me to stay in a deep alignment with my soul, of course, this hasn't been easy choice. The choice was nothing but easy. But to stay in the deepest alignment and deepest and highest service to others, yes, sometimes we've got to be willing to take the harder choices that will keep us in alignment with our soul. So yes, I had to reflect quite a bit and ask myself, am I actually willing to make a harder choice that is absolutely, upon months and months of reflection, the aligned choice, the right choice for everyone involved? Am I willing to take it? And of course I am, because that's the only right thing to do. And I don't know if you need to make that reflection for yourself, but if you do, I feel you, my dear one. It's not easy, but it's right. And that is what leadership is sometimes about. So you might be curious on what am I focusing on now? Well, I'm focusing on the outcome. I know there is an outcome that is super amazing for everyone involved, myself, our dear children, my partner, of course. So I'm focusing on that final outcome where we all ultimately so much more happier and alive and joyful and fulfilled as a result of making this choice. I think that's very, very important. So if that needs to be a gentle reminder for you too, if you are going through anything that is difficult but right, please go past the process and really focus on that ideal outcome. Because I know from talking to some very powerful clients that it's very easy to get stuck in the process that sometimes can be painful, not seeing what is at the end of this process. And if the process is aligned, if the choice is truly aligned and not just, because, then there is a really profoundly powerful outcome. So lean into that, what it might be. And I tell you what, I'm quite looking forward to that. So that's what really is supporting me, that outcome. Talking about which, I've got to say this, even though it's very unlikely place. In just few days' time, I will be running as a gift to entire Business Energetics community a 2-part workshop, Vision Your Way to Millions. When I'm talking about the outcome, when I'm talking about that vision of yours, dream of yours, it's something real. And it's so important we use it and we know how to work with it. And as we are now on that powerful, beautiful liminary threshold between 2025 and 2026, now is just the most wonderful time to lean into that vision of yours and outcomes for 2026 of yours and work with it in a powerful way. Well, I'm going to take you through the very powerful Business Energetics process when we'll make sure that the next year is the best year of your life because you know how to do the vision coding. Okay, so this workshop is free. Again, I will drop the link below just in case you don't know about it. Now you know about it, and I will see you there. But yes, coming back to my point, that's what I'm focusing on, that outcome, because I know that even though the process sometimes it's okay and sometimes it can get deeply human, deeply messy and so forth, but the outcome is inevitable. And when we lean into that outcome and feel into it as absolute inevitability, it helps the entire process to get much, much, much easier. And finally, one other thing that I'm doing, I'm doubling on a support and I'm asking for even more support than usual. Now, as you might know about me, one thing that totally helped me to go from those zeros to millions on repeat, metaphorically and literally, is that I stop being a girl that is a strong girl all the time and sorting everything myself, and really allowing myself the best and most powerful support I can. And that's how I over time built around me the most magnificent support network. And guess what? I'm expanding it as we speak. I'm asking more as we speak, because as I'm walking through the most important and shaping periods of my life, I know I'm not meant to walk this alone. I know there is incredible support around me, but it's up to me to allow myself to receive it. So that's what I'm consciously doing, asking for more support, expanding my support network, professional, personal, and in all ways. And of course, I'll encourage you to do the same. So this is my last little reminder or nudge for you. Look into the next year for 2026 and what kind of support do you have around you? Is the queen and king in you fully supported? If not, let's do something around that, shall we? I think we should. And if what you desire in terms of your support is a mentorship when it comes to growing extraordinarily your business and impact through your energy, not never-ending effort, perhaps I invite you to look into our Business Energetics Academy, and particularly Changemaker, because that's currently the year-long mentorship and embodiment program open for enrollment, and the new cohort of changemakers, the ones who are turning their sole purpose into powerful business, profound impact and prolific income, is starting in early January. So again, I will drop a link to the Changemaker below in a description, and perhaps I will see you there. Either way, my dear one, I might have come to this video and share with you something very personal, and I might get very sensitive along the way, but the bottom line is this. I am extremely proud what we've co-created together in a business energetics community in 2025. I'm proud of you each individually and super proud of us collectively. And I'm mega excited about what we are going to co-create in 2026. Because my darlings, going beyond all that extraordinary growth, going beyond all those miracles, all those wonderful stories we're writing in Business Energetics community, I'll tell you what, my dear, we are just getting started. So I thank you for being part of this co-creation, and here is to the most extraordinary 2026. So much love your way. I'll see you very soon. Bye.